Admiral Zarvith of the Trellsen High Fleet stood in the heart of the command chamber. All 6 of his eyes narrowed in frustration. The core engine of the dreadnought Verthil, the flagship of their interstellar armada, had failed mid-jump. It wasn't just a failure. It was a catastrophic cascade that had left the ship adrift in deep void space. 6 engineering teams, composed of the finest minds from the Yulari, Trellsen, and Polkari species, had tried everything. Their diagnostic arrays floated in midair, glowing with red symbols and alerts. Nothing worked. Zarvith stared at the mess of energy coils, gravity converters, and tempo dampeners that formed the dreadnought's hybrid quantum core. "We designed this engine to be the pinnacle of alien engineering," he muttered. "And yet, not a single one of us can fix it." Captain Harrell, a smaller grayscale being with sensor ridges lining his skull, stepped forward. "Admiral, permission to suggest an option outside standard protocol." Zarvith turned. "Speak." Harrell hesitated, then said, "There is." "A human." The room went silent. "A human?" muttered Chief Polkari Engineer Zul. "You want to bring a Death Warder into our engine core?" Harrell nodded slowly. "He's retired. A veteran engineer from Earth's Terran fleet. He rebuilt a jump core with his bare hands during the Nizen War. They say he hears the pulse of plasma fields like music." Zarvith waved his clawed hand. "What's his name?" "Commander Eli." Vance. The docking bay of the Verthel opened 13 hours later. A single shuttle emerged from hyperslip, battered but functional. From it stepped a tall, middle-aged human in grease-stained coveralls. With short silvering hair and sharp blue eyes, had seen too many wars and too many broken machines. Eli Vance didn't salute. He simply adjusted his toolkit slung over one shoulder and looked around. "So," he said, voice calm and cutting, "which one of you thought mixing Trellsen grav coils with Polkari dampeners was a good idea?" Zarvith blinked. "You haven't even seen the core yet." "I don't need to. I read your specs on the way in." Eli walked past him without waiting for permission. "Let's go." Inside the engine bay, the room buzzed with hostile tension. Alien engineers watched from scaffolds and data towers as the lone human approached the inert beast of an engine. Eli stared at it for a long moment. Then he dropped his bag, rolled up his sleeves, and muttered, "You poor, over-designed bastard. Let's get to work." He touched the core gently with his gloved hand. His fingers traced the heat sinks and dampener rings as if he were reading Braille. "You ever try putting a heartbeat monitor on your engines?" he asked aloud, to know. "One in particular. They'll tell you when something's wrong long before the diagnostics do." No one answered. He didn't expect them to. 3 hours later, sparks flew. At hour 5, he had removed an entire Yulari grav harmonic shell and replaced it with an old Earth-designed stabilizer that looked like it belonged in a museum. At hour 8, he sat drinking recycled water with grease on his face, studying a scribbled map of the warp interference lattice. Zarvith finally approached. "Progress?" Eli didn't look up. "Your engine isn't failing because of a single error. It's failing because it was designed by committee. Half of it doesn't trust the other half to work." "That's poetic," Zarvith said. "No," Eli replied, tapping the schematic. "It's an engineering fact." By the 14th hour, the engine coughed out. By the 15th, it HUMMED. And by the 17th hour, the Verhal's core was glowing with stable quantum light, humming in rhythm like a heartbeat, deep, steady, and alive. Eli climbed down from the scaffolding, wiping his hands. "She hold." The silence was deafening. Engineers from 12 worlds stood in disbelief. Some stared. Others bowed their heads. Zarvith stepped forward slowly. "You've done what no coalition engineer could. May I ask?" "How?" Eli looked tired. Not just physically tired, but the kind of tired that lived in your bones. Because humans don't fix things by following manuals. We fix them by listening. You designed this engine like a puzzle. I treated it like a living thing." He looked around at the stunned aliens. "You've got brains. Lots of them. But you forgot what all great engineers know. Machines have moods. Treat them like math, and they'll rebel. Treat them like art, and they'll sing. Later, as the ship prepared to re-enter jump space, Captain Harrell asked him, "Why did you even agree to come?" Eli shrugged. "I swore I'd never touch another core after the Mars incident. But then I heard your message. Our distress. Call? No. The part where you said, 'We need a human.'" He smiled faintly. "I had to see what kind of galactic mess you got yourself into this time." Zarvith offered him a position. Chief engineer of the Allied fleet. Eli declined. "I'm not built for uniforms anymore," he said, heading back to his shuttle. "But next time you try to mix grav coils from two species who hate each other, call me first." As the human shuttle vanished into the void, the alien engineers slowly turned back to the engine. It thrummed gently, almost like it was purring. Chief Engineer Zool broke the silence. "I don't like humans." Captain Harrell nodded. "None of us do." "But," Zool admitted, looking at the glowing core, "I've never seen anything more ... human. HFY, humanity, F*, yeah, asterisk,